Hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Kylene Freeberg, and I'm really sorry that I couldn't be in class to give you this presentation myself. But Denny, I really appreciate you letting me do this on my own time since I work full time. And thank you so much for another wonderful semester. It's always a pleasure being in your classes. And I will just get started with my presentation here. So I had actually done a my presentation on a space that my boyfriend and I are actually building out at the moment. So Denny was kind enough to let me do it on an existing room, but one that has never been furnished before and barely just has its walls up. So it's definitely in progress, but it's getting there. As you can see right here, these are stairwells that lead down to the outside. And this upper level is going to be a whole apartment, but I'm just focusing in on the bedroom. This whole entire level, this whole entire apartment is actually the second story of a plane hangar here in Alaska. So it was a really fun space to design, and we're still having a lot of fun with it. So as you can see, this is a very small kind of room. I believe it's about 11 by 11. So quite tiny, but just what a couple needs, I guess, to start off. So here is obviously the entryway, and you'll come in from the hallway. This wall down here on the bottom right, this is actually the parallel wall, so the wall that this entry wall faces. And this wall here is on the left-hand side as you're walking in. On the right-hand side, you'll see in my designs, I didn't really focus on that. I did a 1-point perspective drawing, but just on that wall, it's basically just a closet door that has that a barn door is going to go on. So kind of a more boring wall over there. So with that in mind, I wanted to kind of design a 1-point perspective of 3 of the 4 walls. So again, all those walls that I just showed you. Here's the entry wall. Here's that adjacent wall, and sorry, the adjacent wall, and then the parallel wall with the entry. So where my idea first started out was I really wanted a reading area to be in the bedroom. But as I started developed it, it really didn't make sense for the space. It would have been so tight and so crammed once I actually put it into um, scale, basically. There would have been hardly any pathways into the room and around the room. So this was quite out of scale. But once I was able to put it in scale, it wasn't going to work. So I moved on to this design here, which is kind of the final design I went with. But basically putting this entry wall as the headboard wall. I had thought about doing an area rug, but the flooring is actually going to be radiate heating. So it's not going to be super necessary. And I really like the feel of wood underfoot. So you will see that I kind of go with the wood floor. But as you can see, it's very minimal design. These circles here are just the recessed lighting. These are pendants that you'll be able to see. And then I did include in my final design a chandelier that kind of goes over the middle of the room. So when I was doing kind of a sketch of the perspective, I actually I didn't include this dresser here that you see. I instead did a fireplace and a TV. But in my final design, it kind of changes a little bit just because once again, you put it into scale, it wouldn't really work out that way. This entry area is very, very tiny. You have hardly any room. If I go back and show you, here's the wall, and it's a very small space. So anyways, oops. So here's the final floor plan that I went with. So this is an exterior wall with the window that you can see right here. And then these are all interior. So this is going to be a storage space. This is into a hallway. And then here's the closet, and the bath is on the other side, or the laundry room is on the other side of this wall. Anyways, so as you can see, I did a chandelier in the middle, or kind of like a hanging pendant light, and a wall mounted ceiling light, basically. And the furnishing layout is actually very simple in this floor plan. Again, for spacing issues. There's some recessed lights, and we kept it very limited and kind of decided that we wanted to fill out the rest of the apartment with furniture and keep the bedroom just nice and airy and open. But it also was a space that is being shared. I'm a California girl. I lived in California my whole life. I love the beach and I love kind of like cool, breezy environments. Whereas my boyfriend, he's from Alaska, has born and raised in Alaska. And that's where we're currently at. And he kind of wants a cozier feel, very warm. And so that led into the final design that you can see here. So to kind of give the space some more dramatic feel and something a little bit more depth, I decided to go with a board and batten black headboard wall. Um, so it was kind of out of the box thought, but something that I thought would be a good compromise for these two different design ideas that um, us as the clients are wanting. And then some cooler toned gray surrounding walls, including the ceiling. Um, and then we just went with a nice dark or like medium toned wood flooring, and it came out beautiful, I think. It's very dramatic, and that's kind of what I wanted to play on. And then keep it very simple with furnishings, keep it very open, light, and just inviting, I guess. A nice cozy feel was what I was ultimately going for, and I feel like I captured that. If I could go back and redesign specifically for this project, I don't know if I would do a black wall. I think I would maybe change it to a deep green, like a really, really dark green. But so stick with that dark kind of essence, but maybe not go full black because it is such a small space. Um, I do fear that maybe it would kind of consume the room a little bit. But all in all, I think it came out pretty well. And I kept with like a dark, very almost industrial glam theme. The chandelier is obviously black as well, fitting the window and the furnishings. And then just some nice, airy, beachy California kind of pictures to go along with it. And that was my design. And there'd probably realistically be some more plants in here because I have a little bit of an obsession. But otherwise, this is pretty accurate for what we kind of go for. It's just very minimal, inviting, warm, and cozy. And yeah, that's my final design. I hope you guys really liked it. And I can't wait to see your designs with the recordings. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your time here with Danny, and I'll see you later. Bye.